Good afternoon, everyone watching us right now. This is the Sarah God Show, and I am Sarah, your host and media entrepreneur. On the Sarah God Show, we feature individuals and entrepreneurs who are making positive impacts in the society through their business, career, and service to humanity. And our guest on today's show is a Nigerian marathoner who is showcasing Nigeria to the world. Her name is Dayo Akinbode, and I'm so excited. I also believe you're also excited. You can't wait to hear her story, what motivates her into these epic adventures. So sit back and enjoy as she takes us through a journey of running marathons. Good to have you on the show, ma.
Good afternoon and
Good
hello,
afternoon.
everybody. Thank you for
Thank you.
having me on this golden show, Sarah.
Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. So let's start with how your journey of running marathons, how it started, what motivates you, what's the story behind it?
Oh, thank you very much, Sarah, for asking that question that I'm often asked about my running journey.
You're
But
welcome,
I
ma'am.
must say that everybody runs because running is natural. If you have a baby, after crawling, what the baby tries to do next is run, even before their feet are firm on the ground.
Sure.
And parents tell children, stop running, stop running. And then when the children are grown, the health and fitness people start saying, keep fit, keep running, what a contrast. So for me, I never ran as a child. The kind of running that we do these days. Of course, I ran around the living room as a toddler, but I
Wow.
never ran as a fitness activity until well into my middle age. And my story started when I was told that I was obese and I had some health issues and I needed to change my lifestyle. So I didn't plan to run. Running, I discovered accidentally. So
Wow.
I tried to listen to what the doctor was saying, that I should change my lifestyle by increasing my activity. And from walking, I moved to jogging, and from jogging, I moved to recreational running. I actually do not know when I started running the way I run now.
Wow. So at what age did you start running?
Okay, so I had this. Thank you very much again for this question. I know that the medical reports, the negative medical reports that turned my
Wow.
life around was received when I was 46.
Wow.
I really didn't know what to do with that report. I tucked it away somewhere. But by 47, I ran my very first marathon.
Wow. Wow. At 47.
Yes,
Okay.
that's when
At
I
50.
ran I ran my very first marathon on January 24. I turned
Okay.
47 January 20.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, but at 50, you took an early retirement at 50, to
That's
pursue your
correct.
your passion. So, why did you wait till 50?
Thank you once again, Sarah, for another question that is age related. So I don't know about the waiting part, but I know for sure that I couldn't have retired to pursue my passion earlier than that, because there were financial practicalities,
Okay.
realities, and priorities to consider. Running marathons across the world has financial implications. I didn't plan for it to happen at 50, but accidentally at 50, everything fell in place. And I felt I could do away with work and pursue my passion.
Wow. Wow. Well done, ma. All right. So, recently you ran your 95th marathon in Hamburg. How was the experience like?
Exactly correct. Thank you for that comment and question, all rolled into one. Yes, I ran my marathon, 95th one in Hamburg recently. I've been on a quest to run a marathon in every country, but that was put on hold since 2020 when the world closed down, kind of. So my experience so when I ran in Hamburg, I hadn't run a marathon in close to 2 years, because the last marathon I ran before then, before the world shut down, was in March of 2020. So I wasn't even sure I would be able to complete that marathon, because I'd become so unfit.
Wow.
The longest distance I'd gone before this marathon in 2022 was 10 kilometers. So it took
Wow.
a few of my friends, Katie and my husband, Gary, who kept on encouraging me that, come on, you can do it, you can do it. And they were there to support me. And I had a blast. I took my time. I think I was one of the last people to complete it, but I was happy to complete it. And
Wow.
that boosted my confidence that I still have the miles in my legs.
Wow. All right. Aside that, what about the other ones you've participated in? Can you share your experience with us? Apart from this, the previous ones.
Okay. I have to, in fact, every marathon I say is different. So it's difficult to compare them, because different climates, different crowds, different people. So I do not have a favorite marathon, but I have some
Okay.
experiences that are etched in my brain, perhaps forever. I will never forget my very first marathon that I ran in 2014 in Dubai. Perhaps because they say first love is always the best, and first love is unforgettable. So I cannot forget my Dubai marathon. This was because it was my first marathon. At the start line, I'd been told, the people that saw me, when they heard that I was from Nigeria, had said, Nigerians don't run marathon. Are you sure? Do you know why you are here? You are here to run a 42 kilometers, and you are from
Wow.
Nigeria. Nigerians don't do this. So that made me have butterflies in my stomach. That, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? But then I don't know where the confidence came from. I said to them, this Nigerian is going to do this. Just watch. So
Wow.
I was able to complete that marathon, and that made me know that every challenge is first of all surmounted mentally. Once you can surmount it mentally, then you can go ahead and complete it.
Wow. Okay. All right. So tell us, are there challenges being a runner? Are there challenges? Tell us some of the challenges you face. Running marathons.
Okay, so there are really no challenges
Wow.
about being a runner, right? Because like I said earlier, running is a natural thing. It's like
Same.
walking. I mean, man
Okay.
was made to move. Now
Yeah.
the question is, how do you want to move? Do you want to move really fast? Do you want to move at your own pace? Do you want to compare
Yes.
yourself with other people? I try to compete with myself. I always try to be a better version of myself. So I don't also compete with my younger self, because what I can do as a 50-year-old person, I may not have been able to do as a 20-year-old person. And what I could do as a 20-year-old person, I may not be able to do as a 50-year-old person. So I always strive to compete with myself. That way, it's easy for me to surmount any obstacles that I come across.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, before we continue, I would like to appreciate everyone who has joined us on the show. Thank you very much. You're watching the Sarah God Show, and we'll be talking with Dayo Akinbode, Madam Dayo Akinbode. She's a Nigerian marathoner. She's also a cyclist and also a photographer, showcasing Nigeria to the world through her passion for running. All right, so thank you so much, Ma. And also, I would like to know, you are not just a runner, you're also a cyclist, you're a photographer. So how do you combine all this together? How do you balance them?
Okay. Thank you very much, Sarah, for that question. You're really coming up with questions that I also have been asking myself. Running was the first fitness activity that I got involved with. And through running, I discovered, I got to know more about my community. And
Okay.
as I got to know, as I went out to run more and more, I began to see the beauty in my community. I didn't even know my community was that beautiful, really. And
Wow.
I thought, and I also had friends who did not think the community was beautiful. So I started taking photographs when I go out running and sharing. At times I don't say where I take the photographs from, and then they go, oh, where is this? And I say, oh, this is Lagos, or this is Ajegule, or this is Makoko, and all of that. So I decided to start taking more photographs and sharing with
Okay.
people, showing them that actually where we live is beautiful.
Cool.
So that's how photography came on board. And then I realized that I wanted to go to more places, which may be too far for me to go running. Then I picked up cycling, because by
Wow.
cycling, you can go further, right?
Yeah.
And see more places and document. So everything became a cycle. Run more, take more photographs, cycle more, take more photographs. And that's how I became a runner, a cyclist, and a photographer.
All right. Thank you. All right. So, how you have been admitted into the Guinness World Book of Records through your passion. So, how how was it like? When you were admitted, how did you feel? Tell us the experience. How was it like?
Thank you, Sarah, for that question. And yes, it's correct that I was admitted into the Guinness World Book of Records for the first time in 2019, and for the second time in 2022.
Wow.
I never planned any of this. Getting into the Guinness Book of Record was never
Wow.
in my front burner, was never even in my back burner, was not in my goal. I didn't plan for it. But I happened to participate with a few
Okay.
people to run a road race on the Kunjara Pass Road, which connects China and Pakistan. This road is at an altitude of 4,700 meters. So I participated, and
Okay.
everyone that completed that marathon was admitted into the Guinness Book of Record, because that is still the highest road
Wow.
marathon in the
Wow.
world. I remember on that day, we started the marathon. We were running downhill from 4,700 meters. We were running downhill. The temperature was -7 degrees centigrade. And
Okay.
remember that I'm a Nigerian girl in temperatures of 30 degrees centigrade.
Okay.
I live in a place that is flat. Lagos is as flat as a pancake. Now you take me up there at 4,700 meters and you tell me to start running downwards. The first problem that I had was altitude sickness, breathing problems. But I'm a very competitive person. If I start something, I want to complete it. I remember stopping many times on the road. I remember even the medical team wanting to evacuate me. I
Wow.
remember myself sitting by the side of the road trying to rest, and then they said, get into the ambulance. And I remember me saying, no way. I'm a Nigerian girl. I'm a Naija. Naija no dey. Naija.
They carry
Naija no dey
last.
carry last. Naija no dey carry last. So I was able to complete that event. It was difficult. It was tough. But then it taught me that tenacity is important. If you set your
Yeah.
mind to do something, and if you can accomplish it mentally,
Mentally.
you can complete it. You may be
Wow.
slow, but one step after the other takes you to the finish line. And I'm glad that I completed that, because it would have been so painful if I had opted out and all the other participants are in the Guinness Book of Records and I'm not there.
Wow. Wow. Well done, ma. All right.
Thank you.
So, my next question will be on your initiative, Ile-Ife Marathon, Ile-Ife Heritage Marathon. How did it start? What's the idea behind it?
Thank you for that question. Ile Heritage Marathon is actually my passion. I think I live for that initiative. I live for that project. I love that project, and my prayer is that that project will outlive me. When
Amen.
we started Ile Heritage Marathon, it was meant to be something small. It was meant to
Okay.
be an event in response that was created in response to the repeated interest shown in the global running community about Nigeria. Or because I run in many countries, I have many, in fact, I'm a global citizen. I have many friends across the globe, and they want to know more about Nigeria.
Wow.
Apparently, what they hear about Nigeria behind different screens was different from what they see in me as a Nigerian. So they
Okay.
kept asking lots of questions. And at the point I said, look, the only way you can truly get to know about Nigeria is by visiting Nigeria. Whatever I tell you is hearsay. The
Yeah.
only way is to visit Nigeria and form your own opinion about Nigeria. But
Area.
remember, I operate in a global running community. My friends are runners. So
Wow.
I knew that the only way, one of the easy ways to get them here was to have a running event. So the Heritage Marathon was conceived.
Wow.
And we decided to have it in Ile-Ife
Okay.
because I seem to have my roots in Ile-Ife. I graduated from the old University of Ife in Ile-Ife, now called Obafemi Awolowo University. My mother had graduated from that university. My father had graduated from that university. So that university is close to my heart. And
Okay.
having that event in Ile-Ife was also my way of giving back to the community that had nurtured me. So
Okay.
we took the marathon to Ile-Ife. And we also wanted to showcase my Nigerian Yoruba culture and heritage, Ile-Ife
Okay.
being the cradle of the Yorubas. So a
Yeah.
great thank you to the Vice Chancellor of Obafemi Awolowo University and His Imperial Majesty, Kabiyesi, the Oni of Ife, who have always supported this event. And without
Okay.
them, I don't think this could have happened. So we bring the gown, which is worn by the academics in the university, and the town, which is the Ile-Ife community. So this marathon brings the gown and the town of Ile-Ife together.
Wow.
So we run on the campus and we complete the race at the grounds of the palace of the Kabiyesi Oni of Ife.
Wow. Wow. Great. Well done, ma. All right. So I would like you to share with us your fitness routine, because you are very fit. At the age of 50, you are still looking this beautiful, and So tell us, how do you do it? Your fitness routine. How is it like?
Thank you for your warm compliments. And by the way, I'm not 50. I'm going towards 60 now. I'm
Wow.
no more 50. I'm going towards 60. So
Wow.
my fitness routine initially, when I first got into fitness, was kind of very strict. I followed a regime, but
Okay.
now it has become so much a part of me that I just listen to my body. But there's something that I do every day in form of fitness. I hold a plank for 1 minute
Okay.
every day.
Okay.
I wake up in the morning, and before the activities of the I get swamped in the activities of the day. I hold my 60 seconds plank, right?
Wow.
And that is to make sure that I use all the muscles, every single muscle that is in my body. I stretch them, I use them. That is, and the planks make my core strong. And then whatever I'm going to do, any fitness activity I'm going to do in a day, I plan it before I go to bed the night before, such
Wow.
that, so if I'm going to run, I plan the route in my head. I plan when I check the weather, I plan what I'm going to wear, and then I decide whether I'm going to run or whether I'm going to cycle or whether I'm going to swim, so that by the time I go to bed, I have it in my brain. In fact, I actually run the race in my sleep. And when I get up in the morning, I just get into my clothes and I go actualize what I've done in my sleep. So that makes it easy for me.
All right. So, lastly, before we go, what's your advice to persons in their 50s, who feel they are too old to participate in sports or even keep fit? What would you advise them to do?
Thank you, Sarah. Another age-related question. Okay. I know that people always associate what they can do with their age, and people tend to limit what they can do by numbers. They say, oh, I'm already 50, I can't do this anymore, I can't do this anymore. But remember, human beings were created to move.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think we would have been given roots like the trees and be stationary in one place. But we don't have roots. We have
Okay.
360 joints. And these
Okay.
joints, we should keep using them. If you don't use
Okay.
them, if you don't use them, you lose them. So my
Hmm.
advice to everyone, whether you are in your teens or 20s or 30s or 50s or 70s or hundreds, keep moving.
All right.
Keep moving. Whether you want to walk, whether you want to crawl, whether you want to run, you want to swim, you want to use the gym, you want to move in your wheelchair, you want to move with your walking stick, just keep moving. If you don't
Moving.
use those joints, you may lose them. So my
Hmm.
advice is keep moving. Keep
All
moving.
right. Thank you. All right, I have a question here. One of our followers just sent a question. She said you should talk about your hydration and nutrition during your marathon. How do you your hydration and nutrition? Can you share that with us too?
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. Um, like I said, fitness has become a part of me, and I may have left out some of the key things because I'm now taking them for granted. So thank you for
Hmm.
calling my attention to the nutrition part
Yeah.
of the fitness journey. Hydration is very key. I
Okay.
don't have my numbers at the tips of my fingers, but I know
Okay.
that water is a huge percentage of the human body composition. So we need to hydrate and a lot to keep the body organs functioning optimally. Now, if you are active, you are also sweating and losing some of this body liquid that you have.
Yeah.
So, especially if you are running a marathon, so you need
Sorry.
to replace this hydration. I I find out, I mean, it works differently for different people. I find out that I take more water at night, and I take
Okay.
water first thing in the morning.
In the
My
morning.
favorite drink is water. For other
Wow.
people, I don't know what it is. My favorite drink is water. I drink water a lot because I like to keep myself hydrated. And then as per nutrition, I read somewhere, and I know that it's true, that if you don't eat food as medicine, which means eating the right kind of food, you will eventually eat medicine as food. So if you eat right, you are enabling your body to operate optimally and fight all the sicknesses and stay healthy. If you fill yourself with what I consider junk food, then you are exposing yourself to all sorts of ailments, which will require medicine for you to correct them in future.
Yeah.
Now, in 2012, when I started my fitness, just before I started my fitness activity, my doctor had told me that I had very bad cholesterol levels and I was obese, and that I
Okay.
needed to change my lifestyle. And he had
So,
told me the kind of food I should stay away from. Unfortunately, all that long list that he gave me are food that I loved. Dodo, fried
wow.
chicken, fried fish, fried that, chin chin, all those kind of food that I love. That was why I kept his reports somewhere. I said, don't eat this, don't eat this, don't eat this. How am I going to survive? But with discipline, I gradually it did not happen overnight. It took willpower, and it took willpower to begin
Yeah.
to stay away from those things. But my nutrition these days is mostly, the more natural the food is, the better it is for
The
me.
better.
The better it is for me. So lots of vegetables, lots of grains, no taste, most times bland, but it's good for me. I try to stay away from sugar, which was very
Wow.
difficult for me. But I know what is good for me, uh, and I try to do it. It's difficult when I try to do it.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. So, lastly, before we go, do you have any advice for the Nigerian government? Do you think they are doing enough in supporting Nigerian marathoners, runners, or do you have any advice for them? Or what do you think they can do to support runners?
Thank you, Sarah. You're putting me on the spot. It's a difficult question, but a question that needs to be asked. So I'm going to flip the question
Okay.
and talk about what happened to me yesterday.
Okay.
So yesterday, so 3 weeks ago, I lost something valuable to me here in Germany.
Wow.
Yes, here in Germany, it was my Nigerian flag. I like to,
Okay.
I like to cross my finish lines with holding and flying my Nigerian flag, and I'd lost my flag.
Wow.
I have other marathons that I have to run before coming back to
Okay.
Nigeria. No flag. So I went to the Nigerian embassy here in Germany. And I think the
Okay.
Nigerian embassy represents the Nigerian government, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I went to the Nigerian government to say to them, I have lost my Nigerian flag and I need my Nigerian flag for these reasons.
Okay.
And the ambassador, an appointment was booked with the ambassador,
Okay.
with the Nigerian government, and I was warmly welcomed, and my request was granted.
Wow.
So thank you to the Nigerian government for that. But the Nigerian government can still do more for
No.
youths and for sports people to encourage Nigerians. When I go to most places, I'm usually the only Nigerian there. And that doesn't
Okay.
mean I'm the only Nigerian who is able to run marathons. There
Sure.
are lots of people. All the Nigerian government needs to do is go to the grassroots, find these
Okay.
people, encourage them, sponsor
Yeah.
them, get them to the places where they can represent Nigeria. We are blessed with human resources. We are blessed with talented people. Let us showcase what we have to the world. That is my advice to the Nigerian government. They are doing, from my experience yesterday, they are doing good, doing well, but surely we can do better. Thank
All
you.
right. So your advice to runners like you?
Keep running, keep moving, listen to your body, compare yourself with yourself. Don't try to be like someone else because you don't know where that person is coming from.
Yeah.
Just do it. Like Nike will
All
say.
all right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Ma, for coming on board. And thank to everyone who has joined us on the show. This is the Sarah Gold Show. Thank you so much. Till I come your way next time. So do have a wonderful day. Thank you. And bye for now. Thank you
Thank you
very
for
much, Ma.
having me, and bye for
Thank
now.
you.
Thank you so much.
Bye. All right.